And hello everyone, welcome back to part 14 of my Let's Play. This is Myrokos, and today we will be prioritizing the part of the MSQ progression that does not directly handle the MSQ quests that appear up here. This is handling that notice about the crystal tower that's needed to clear progression. And so, without further ado, let's talk to this outlandish man who is definitely not subtle in his appearance and is clearly not Nero. Come on, I mean, look at that hair. Okay, Legacy of Alag. An oddly garbed man visiting Revenant's Toll has some information which might be of interest to an experienced adventurer. Do I know you? Unless I am very much mistaken, you are the famed adventurer who bested the Garlean Empire's general, are you not? The great Myrokos Tia himself. Amazing, and more than a little serendipitous. One might even call it fate. I but recently received word of a truly unique opportunity, you see? An opportunity, the like of which none but one of your proven worth could take advantage. The reward? Not less than the accumulated knowledge of a fallen civilization. The risk? A simple misstep could cost you your life. But what is a little danger to a storied hero such as you? A man with absolute confidence in his own abilities stands to profit handsomely from this venture. No, I crave no recompense for my part in bringing this opportunity to your attention. The historic discoveries you shall make will be reward enough, I assure you. If my words have fanned the flames of your curiosity, then I bid you seek a man by the name of Rambros at St. Quinox find. It is he who stands at the doorway to untold marvels, awaiting the arrival of a champion bold enough to march across the threshold. But how did he know? Yeah. So totally, not Nero, and you're like, how could you possibly suspect? Flying in this game is so nice. Okay. Why, if it isn't Myrokos Tia himself, I was not expecting such a celebrated guest. To what do I owe the honor of this visit? You were directed here, you say, by a man clad in foreign garb? Well, the opportunity he spoke of must surely refer to our latest anthropographical endeavor. Quite how he came to know of it is another matter. All knowledge of this project was supposed to be restricted to my organization. But that is something for me to ponder in private. You are here now, and your services will, I am certain, prove invaluable. I must warn you, however, that the venture we have in mind is no simple excavation. An unprepared or incautious adventurer could very well find himself on an unplanned and unpleasant journey to Thal's solemn halls. Knowing this, do you still wish to lend us your cooperation? Yes? I rather thought you would say that. Your courage is scarcely a secret. Now, the first... Myrokos! I thought it was you! Oh, hi, Sid. What brings you to St. Quinox? Don't tell me. The Alliance has sent you on another realm-shaking, history-making mission to lay low an apparently insuperable foe. Yes? No? Ah, I see you two are already acquainted. That is well. Master Garland, our intrepid hero here, just caught wind of the forthcoming expedition and has kindly pledged to assist us. He has he? And to have you, glad to have you aboard, Myrokos. You don't have the faintest idea what you volunteered for, do you? Very well, let us begin at the beginning. The sons of St. Karnak are tasked with unearthing the secrets of the long-fallen Allegan Empire, and this present endeavor aims to delve more deeply into the civilization's mysteries than ever before. Ah, but I know that look. In the event that you feel ill-equipped to contribute on the subject of Allegan archaeology, I invite you to recall your encounter with the Ultima weapon. That mechanical monstrosity represented a feat of engineering far beyond aught Garlemald can presently achieve. Nero Tolseva simply awoke it. I mention this by way of a reminder that you have had what one might term extensive first-hand experience with a notable Allegan relic. In short, you're practically an archaeologist. Okay, one that blows everything up. Now to the core of the matter. Here in Mordona, there stands an entire Allegan structure. Of course, there's fog. An entire Allegan structure, which we have yet to investigate. I speak, of course, of the Crystal Tower. After witnessing the destructive capabilities of the Ultima weapon and the Lesser Moon Dalamud before it, it seems wise to treat any remnants of that from that era with the utmost caution. They must be analyzed, monitored, and above all, kept from falling into the wrong hands. To put it plain, I have no wish to see another megalomaniacal Legatus wield one of those weapons. It was this thought which first moved me to contact the Sons and propose that the tower be explored. Would that I could actually see it through the fog, but oh well. For several millennia, the Crystal Tower remained hidden, buried deep underground. But like so many other things that were better left undisturbed, the structure was freed from its stony prison by the great upheaval which accompanied the coming of the Seventh Umbral Era. It now stands revealed in all its splendor, a gleaming spear of crystal pointed at the bosom of the heavens. We believe the tower to be the repository of much of the ancients' wisdom. Unfortunately, its entrance is guarded by formidable defenses, and we cannot so much as peep through the keyhole, much less set foot inside. These defenses take the form of statues carved in the likeness of giant swordsmen, the 8 sentinels, as the Sons are wont to call them, is the first barrier we must overcome. Why not simply fly over them in an airship, you ask? It's been tried before. Any vessel that ventures too close to the tower is blasted out of the air. We either destroy those statues, or the front door is forever beyond our reach. My colleagues and I are ill-suited to negotiating such deadly hazards. Thus, if we are to gain access to the tower's secrets, we must needs employ the services of an experienced adventurer. It will be difficult and dangerous, Myrokos, but I can think of no finer man for the task. If I didn't know better, I'd say you had a taste for these deadly escapades. I look forward to working with you again. Yeah, you too, Sid. There is much more to be done before we can begin the expedition proper. Take some time to prepare yourself, and I shall explain the challenges that lie ahead. So we gotta get through the gates to unlock the first one. Our first objective is to reach the entrance to the Crystal Tower. As I previously mentioned, however, that will prove no easy task. The entrance is guarded by powerful defense mechanisms, each utilizing one of the four elements: fire, water, wind, and earth. Anyone attempting to simply stroll past these unsleeping sentinels invites swift obliteration. Based on Master Garland's analyses, however, we are reasonably certain that the attacks of these lethal contraptions can be reflected using a crystal of the corresponding element. Naturally, these crystals must be of surpassing clarity, free of the slightest impurities, much like the flawless specimens used by the beastmen in their primal summoning rituals. Ahem. Mayhap I should have said exactly like the specimens they used. Were there any other way, we would not ask this of you, but we need someone to enter the Beast Tribe's strongholds and liberate their perfect crystals. For the moment, I would have you focus on obtaining 2 of the 4 crystals we require. Pray make for Lanusha, where both the Sapsa spawning grounds and Ugamura mines are located. You may be certain that the materials used by the Beastmen's sacred rituals will be well defended. Whether you choose to venture there alone or with companions, I shall leave to your discretion, but whatever you do, please be careful. Okay, so go to Ugamura Mines and Sapsa spawning grounds, so let us go to... now to do the slightly more difficult steps, the spawning ground one, which involves going all the way over, though we can, I think, based off of the terrain, be able to fly kind of around the long way to get there. Let's see what we can do. At least we don't have to go running. Can you imagine running this gauntlet? It always helps to be able to fly. Is it just me, or did the fog get even thicker? Oh boy. Oh well, it's part of what makes being in a world like this so real. Sometimes it's foggy, other times you, yeah, check it out. How progressed your efforts in infiltrating the Beastman's stronghold? Yeah, I got your flawless earth crystal. Unblemished earth crystal is the main component used in the ritual the kobolds perform to summon Titan. Flawless water crystal, the main component used in the ritual. The Sahagin performs a summon Leviathan. I don't think I've dealt with Leviathan. So these are the famed flawless crystals of the beast tribes. I have seen countless specimens from I know not how many excavations, but nothing compares to these. Their purity is astounding. You have done well, Myrokos. With these in our possession, we lack only the crystals of fire and wind. The former lies in Zaharak, the war camp of the Emulsion tribe in Thanalan. The latter in Natalan, the roost of the Exile in the hills of Kurthus. You can still expect them to be as closely guarded as the first two, if not more so. Still, I look forward to receiving word of your resounding success. Well, given the fact that I am close to Natalan, I think I'll just take the brief flight into Kurthus and do that one, and then go down to Zaharak. Yeah, the fog is definitely getting thicker. Myrokos, it is good to see you. Tell me, were you able to obtain the remaining crystals from the beastman? Yep. Here are your crystals. Wonderful. With all four in hand, we are now ready to proceed to the next stage of our preparations. I hope I did not give the impression that we would be embarking on the journey to the Crystal Tower just yet. Alas, there is another step which must be completed ere we come to that. While the crystals you required are indeed flawless, they are of little use to us in their present form. If they are to reflect the elemental forces of the tower's defenses, they must needs be cut and polished, a process which calls for a very particular set of materials. Procuring them will be a challenge in itself, I fear. Needless to say, we will be requiring your services once again. Of course you will. Sanding it down. Rambros wishes to proceed with the shaping of the flawless crystal. If the flawless crystals you procured for us are to retain their elemental purity during the shaping process, a very specific set of abrasive substances will be required. Well, I say substances, but one might just as well call them one substance, namely ether sand, which has 4 elementally aspected varieties. The last ether sand is neither common nor cheap. Indeed, it is not unusual for the abrasive to exceed the value of the precious stones it is used to polish. Given the rarity of the materials in question, the Goldsmiths Guild in Ul'dah seemed the likely place to purchase the quantity we require, which I contacted, when I contacted the Guildmaster. However, I was informed that no ether sand was currently available, though I requested that word be sent as soon as new stock came in. I have yet to receive aught but apologies. I should mention that at this point, that I placed the order sometime before you procured the flawless crystals. I am well aware that acquiring ether sand is no small feat, of course, and I am not an impatient man, but I fear the more we delay our investigation, the greater the risk that the tower's secrets may fall into the hands of other less savory parties. That is why I wish to entrust you with the payment of our purchase and send you to speak directly with Guildmaster Serendipity. Mayhap the presence of such a distinguished personage will spur the guild into action. In any event, it is my hope that when next we meet, you will have found at least one of the 4 varieties of ether sand we require. Okay, so back to Ul'dah. Ah, Master Tia, welcome, welcome. What brings you here, if I may ask? Bulging gill pouch. This hefty sack of gill has been promised to the Goldsmiths Guild in exchange for any available ether sand. You're here on behalf of the Sons of St. Koinok. What fortunate timing. I was just about to contact Master Ambrose with the news that we finally managed to acquire a quantity of fire-aspected ether sand. I'm afraid it may be some time before we can supply the other 3 varieties, but you are welcome to settle accounts for that when we have for that which we have now. Pray speak to Jamim over there. I do beg your pardon. It seems she's assisting another customer. Biggs! Come on, there must be something you can do. Without that sand, we'll have to rethink our whole design. I sympathize with your plight, sir, but as I explained, the ether sand in question is already spoken for. If you'd like to reserve the next shipment, then I would be happy to accept the funds you've offered as partial payment. Partial? Are you saying that it's not enough? I'm already stretching our research budget as it is. I suppose a man can do without a midday meal for a year or 2. Myrokos, it's been too long. What brings you here then? Got your eye on something expensive, have you? I'm here for the ether sand. Well now, that is quite a money pouch. The sound of so many gil clanking together is strangely satisfying, is it not? Yes, it is. Calming and yet invigorating at the same time. Oh no, you're here for the blooming ether sand, aren't you? Yeah, it's been purchased by the Sons of St. Koinok. Well, I can't deny the elegant civilization's a subject worth researching. The chief said he was looking into something big, but we never thought to ask him what. Wedge and I have been too busy tinkering with a new airship design to think of much else, see? Well, I say tinkering. Wrestling would be more like it. Still, after much wringing of hands and gnashing of teeth, we've managed to put together a prototype crystal-powered propulsion system. We got the idea for it when we heard how you lot had used a corrupted crystal on board the Enterprise, as a matter of fact. Anyway, to cut a long story short, our designs call for all 4 varieties of ether sand. And that's why I can't just relinquish my claim on this batch here, even for you, lad. How are we meant to usher in a brave new age of technological innovation if not by technologically innovating, eh? You could talk to your boss, Sid. He's working on the project. I'm sure he'd understand. While I hesitate to interrupt such an impassioned speech, duty compels me to point out that this gentleman is a representative of the organization that reserved the ether sand in question, to mention nothing of the fact that his purse is considerably larger than yours. Oh, it's like that, is it? Alright. This batch is yours. I'll let you have it, but if you're going to take my sand, it's only fair that you grant me a role in this project of yours. I'll take that as a yes. It's not every day you get a chance to experiment with the wonders of the ancients. With any luck, they'll inspire me to think up another technological innovation or 2. Okay, so there's that. Now then, from what you've told me, I'm guessing you'll be needing the other 3 varieties of elementally aspected ether sand as well, right? Yep. Rather than sitting on your rump waiting for a shipment that may never come, I reckon your time would be better spent looking for the rest of the stuff yourself. And it just so happens that I know of a good place to start. There is said to be a peddler in northern Thanalan who, very occasionally, handles Earth-aspected variety of ether sand. The Wedge is in the process of confirming the rumor as we speak. I know what you're thinking. When did my timid little friend decide he didn't need me to hold his hand anymore? The answer being, just the other day. Seems he's been inspired by a certain adventurer's heroic example. I thought he was joking when he volunteered to go to Thanalan without me. I just hope he manages to stay out of trouble. Of course, this means he's going to get into trouble and we're going to have to bail him out. Head out to Blue Fog and you should find him poking about with his new bodyguard. Oh, did I mention her? Oh, did I not mention her? Wedge thought it might be wise to hire an adventurer to accompany him, just in case your heroic example turned out to be less inspiring than you first thought. Okay, so we got to go to Blue Fog. Okay, experienced adventurer, and there's no sign of Wedge. Oh dear, this does not look good. He is a warrior, a conjurer by the looks of it, and a lancer. Oh my goodness, what the heck happened? Save your greetings. If you're looking for a hired blade, then you'll have to look elsewhere. After the day I've had, the only company I crave is the squat, silent type. The type that has a handle and holds no less than a pint of ale. You wish to hear of my tale? I warn you, 'tis no stirring epic. But as you asked, my employer, a Lullathon lad, wished to pay a visit to a peddler who deals in some manner of special sand. I forget what it was called, but 'tis apparently worth a small fortune. Anyway, when we arrived, the man claimed his stock had been stolen by bandits. Determined not to return empty-handed, we crept into the bandits' stronghold and set about locating the stolen goods. Long story short, alarms were raised, rogues were awoken, and we fled in a blind panic. I was separated from my employer in the confusion, and I've not seen him since. Oh, a friend of yours, is he? Then you'd best be prepared for the worst. 'Tis just as possible the poor sod may yet be lost in the old Amnesian Mithril mine, but I fear the bandits will have caught up with him by now. Oh boy. Yep. I knew it. We'd have to save him from himself. Good heavens. Wedge. Oh my goodness. How could it be so stupid? Sneaking into a bandit's lair. It's just not the sort of thing I do, and now I'm going to die for it. No, no, I just need to stay calm. I can do this. I can be brave. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to walk out of here. Here we go. Yeah! I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. I promise I'll leave and never come back. Come back? Yeah, hi, Wedge. Myrokos, is it really you? But how did you find me? Can you smell fear? Actually, ignore that spell. I expect you're wondering why I'm here. Well, I was just in the process of retrieving some stolen ether sand, which Biggs and I need for our research. As it happens, it was, I concede, perhaps a touch foolish and very nearly fatal, but I did succeed in snatching the stuff. Before my bodyguard ran away and several dozen bandits came piling after me with knives and axes and what looked very much like a plank with a rusty nail in it. Anyway, the important thing is that the stolen ether sand is right here in my oh dear, how, of course you dropped it. I was, taking evasive maneuvers. It seems I won't be leaving this infernal place for a while yet. Oh dear. You'll find the ether sand in my stead. That's what I do. Oh, thank the gods. You're a true friend, Myrokos. I hope the search doesn't prove too troublesome. The bandits don't seem to care much for visitors. Add on top of that the bombs. And yeah. No duh. Myrokos, have you had any luck tracking the ether sand? Yes, I have. Yes, that's wonderful. I must return to the workshop at once and tell Biggs the wonderful news. What's that? You're also on a mission for ether sand and you're working with the chief? Treasure trove of ancient elegant knowledge, you say? I see. Then you should really be the one to have this. Biggs and I are far more exhausted, blah blah blah. If you, but it sounds as if your problem can't be solved by any other means. This expedition here sounds jolly and half as interesting, blah, 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 blah. Oh dear. Oh no. I'm dead. Okay, no. Okay, right. Let's leave this alpha place behind. Should return to Mordana. Be sure to keep a close eye on your pockets. Myrokos, yeah, blah 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 blah. Okay, now I'm afraid. Yeah, sorry about having to kind of speed read over that. Having a bomb right behind you, like that, or a grenade specifically, does impact your ability to just focus on something. Myrokos, you have returned. I take it from your presence that you were successful in procuring some ether sand. Tell me, which variety did you find? The fire-kissed ether sand. These grains of sand were refined from a fire-kissed ore of incredible rarity and hardness. Earth-cradled ether sand. These grains of sand were refined from an earth-cradled ore of incredible rarity and hardness. I see. 2 varieties. Well, that is 2 more than could reasonably be expected, and 2 less than I had hoped you would say. Forgive me. My flippancy, you have done well, truly. If all goes according to plan, we need no longer fear death by fire or earth. Master Garland, if you would be so kind as to prepare the relevant crystals, I shall set to work immediately. Truth be told, I've been looking forward to this. One does not encounter materials like these every day. Speaking of which, how in the seven hells did you find them? Mistake me not, old friend. I know only too well how capable you are, but ether sand isn't something you simply find gathering dust at the back of a merchant's rare gem cabinet. Yeah, I ran into Biggs and Wedge. They need it for a project, but they were willing to give it to me. You had help? From Biggs and Wedge? Trust them to design a revolutionary new engine the moment I turn my back. Has a genius meant to rest on his laurels when his employees are so damnably inventive, eh? And now they're determined to join us, are they? Typical. I jest, of course. It would be good to have them around. Still, as a matter of professional pride, let's endeavor to procure the 2 remaining varieties of ether sand before they arrive, shall we? Tell me, Rambros, have we any information on the water and wind aspected types? Not as of yet, but I have made certain arrangements. We shall soon see if my efforts have borne fruit. Forgive me for observing, but you seem less than enthusiastic about that prospect. If there's a complication, I'd rather we discuss it now than risk jeopardizing the expedition. Mayhap an explanation is in order, but first let us savor the preliminary victory that Myrokos has won for our cause, if only for a moment. A performance for the ages. Rambros wishes to discuss the procurement of the outstanding varieties of ether sand. Yes, I must speak of the arrangements I made to acquire the 2 remaining varieties of ether sand. Some days ago I asked a Charlatan acquaintance of mine to travel to Gridania and there gather the necessary materials. Since that time, however, I have heard nary a whisper from him. To be frank, this lack of communication is not entirely uncharacteristic, but I cannot discount the possibility that something ill has befallen the man. Alas, we do not have time to investigate his fate, as I have mentioned before. The more we delay our expedition, the more likely it is that the Crystal Tower's secrets will fall into the wrong hands. Therefore, I would entrust you with the same mission I assigned to my friend: travel to the Black Shroud and seek out Montret, the master of the markets in Gridania. If anyone knows where ether sand might be bought, it is he. Okay, so off to Gridania. Yes, I'm sorry. Did you say you wish to purchase ether sand? My dear fellow, have you the faintest idea of the rarity of the material you seek? Why, I have not seen as much as a grain of ether sand in these markets for many a long year. I could tell you where one might find the ore from which the water aspect variety of the abrasive is derived, but only a desperate fool would be willing to set foot in the place. You seem undeterred. Very well. Are you familiar with Earth's Gift? That is where the ore is to be found, in an area inhabited by a particularly pernicious hog. Should you encounter the Vitesse nightmare, you will know that you are in the right place, albeit at the wrong time. Farewell. Okay. So I need to go to Earth's Gift, which is in Quarry Mill. You are too late, adventurer, and not only for the entertainment. You will find no trace of the ore which but recently lay here, nay, not so much as a speck. Ah, no. You will never spy me from there for the time being. At least you will have to trust the evidence of your ears. Now stop squinting at the foliage and listen. As I told you, the water-blessed mineral you hoped to find is gone, taken by me. Victory has made me magnanimous, however. Accordingly, I have decided to share the location of an alternative source of ether sand with you. The wind-touched variety, to be specific. I trust I have your attention? Good. A band of exile in the North Shroud keeps a quantity of the abrasive for the purpose of removing impurities from lesser crystals. Well, do you mean to dally there here all day? Make haste, adventurer, before I snatch another prize from under your nose. This is to be a race. The Ixali logging grounds in the North Shroud shall be our destination, and that is where the real amusement will begin. May the best man win. Out of curiosity, okay, so here's Earth's font, and, yes. So this is the spot where Odin is supposed to come from, but okay. Again, let me know if you, want me to do that. Bravo! That was quite a show, adventurer. Why, the spectacle proved so enthralling that I had that all thoughts of the ether sands slipped my mind. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the wind-touched abrasive is yours. And yet, having been treated to such a memorial performance, I cannot help feeling that the greater prize is mine. This inequity must not stand. I insist that you accept a token of my appreciation. Payment for this entertainment will be waiting for you to the east, in a clearing within Proud Creek. Pray retrieve the gift ere it is crushed beneath the iron feet of the Doolahans. Of course, there's a, I'll, wait for that to pass. Not what you were expecting. I took the liberty of refining the ore from Earth's gift into ether sand. Do keep it safe, adventurer. Lest you accuse me of playing games, you should know that the thought of relinquishing my prize never once crossed my mind, until I saw you in action. Such deeds must needs be rewarded. It is my vocation, you see, to record history as it is made by mortal men, and I much prefer to chronicle the accomplishments of the bold and the mighty. Thus it is my fervent wish that you continue your career with the same courage and zeal you have shown today. We shall meet again, adventurer, and sooner than you may imagine. What news of your mission? Are we any closer to acquiring the remaining abrasives? Here's your wind aspected and the water one as well. You've brought both. I shall have Master Garland begin work on the crystals immediately. There, that should do the trick. Excellent work. We now possess all 4 of the fangs required to pierce the Crystal Tower's defenses. My compliments, Master Garland. Oh, it was a trifling matter, I assure you. Myrokos here is the one you should be thanking. Anyway, by my reckoning, there's nothing stopping us from striding up to the Allegan's front door. You can't go without us, Chief. Hello. Biggs, Wedge, come to lend a hand, have you? Well, it's not every day you get a chance to study the wonders of the Allegan Empire, is it? Their technology makes garlands make garlamolds look ancient. I appreciate your enthusiasm, lads, I really do, but we're not here to take this knowledge for ourselves. Twice in the last decade, the promise of unimaginable power has prompted men to meddle with technology they do not understand, and the realm has been dragged onto the very brink of oblivion on both occasions. We shall not be so irresponsible to risk another. Wedge, do you recall our company's creed? Yes, Chief. It's, freedom through technology. Exactly. Freedom. When we forsook our homeland, we swore that we would have no truck with machines that could be used to promote tyranny. That has not changed. Should you feel tempted to break your oath, remember this. The wonders of the all-knowing Allegan Empire could not save their civilization, and have damn near doomed ours. Twice. That is why we must explore the Crystal Tower, and if needs be, seal it away and its secret. If needs be, seal away its secrets. A compelling viewpoint. It is unyielding. Wills such as yours that have defined the course of history. So you return at last. What, pray tell, has kept you so wholly preoccupied that you could not spare a moment to inform me of your progress or preservation? Why, the task you assigned to me, of course. Surely you have not forgotten about the ether sand. I tasked a passing adventurer with delivering it, a more capable courier I could not imagine. Greetings, adventurer. Did I not say we would meet again? You did. But I believe an introduction is in order. I am Grahatia. one of the students of Baldessian. I look forward to joining you on your groundbreaking expedition. Grahatia has been assigned to the project as an observer. I hope you will forgive him his eccentricities and welcome him as one of our own. So then, our fellowship is complete, and all stand ready to step into the unknown. 3 cheers for Noah. Noah? Okay. Noah? Yeah. That is the name I have chosen for our little collective. Given our differing backgrounds, we cannot very well call ourselves the Sons of St. Quinoc, can we? And we must have a memorable appellation if our adventure is to leave its mark in the annals of history. I could claim that NOAA stands for Nominated Observers of Artifacts Historical, and so it does, technically, but my true reason for choosing this name stems from the fact that it is shared by a vaunted Allegan Archmagus. An Archmagus? I like the sound of that. Very well. Now that the pressing matter of what to call ourselves has been settled, it is time we set forth to brave the outer defenses of the Crystal Tower. Is everyone ready to depart? Ready. He does have one red and one blue eye. Labyrinth of the Ancients. Grahatia is eager to begin the expedition to the Crystal Tower. Gentlemen, the secrets of ancient Allag beckon. Let us not keep them waiting any longer. Adventurer, you and I will join the engineers at the Crystal Tower's main gateway, where we will endeavor to neutralize the structure's outer defenses. Rambrose, meanwhile, will remain here and oversee the operation. Given my knowledge of Allagan history, it seems logical that I should lead the expedition itself, though I admit the role does not exactly befit my status as an observer. Still, we can but make use of the resources at hand. Assuming all are in agreement, let us proceed forthwith to the large lopsided gate found to the southeast. Now it's clear. That is a rather big rack. Okay, so it hit a wall. So that's the where the barriers we need to get through are, and then presumably the gateway kept going that way. Yep. That is one big spike. And of course that is where a shard of Dalamud is. Okay. in doubt, sleep the enemy and then you can just move forward. The crystal tower lies beyond this portal. Now comes the interesting part. Sid, you are the only one of our number who has ever crossed this threshold. I ask that you take the lead for the present. I say, the energy radiating from these statues is palpable. Lucky for us that it is. One might otherwise stroll past them. Feast your eyes on the elemental defenses which prompted our lengthy preparations. These sentinels prevent would-be intruders from advancing to within 20 yalms of the tower's inner reaches. No matter how swift they may be. Happily, the crystal fangs we took such pains to craft should spare us the inconvenience of this instantaneous annihilation. Here, allow me to demonstrate. Chief, it's too dangerous to allow anyone else to risk his life testing one? Quite right. I made the damn things, it's my job to see they work. Success. I, for one, am convinced. Friends, ready your fangs. This last one is yours, old friend. It seemed only right. Haha, we did it! So much for the outer defenses. Indeed, the entrance to the tower is near at hand. My blood fairly sings with anticipation. Speaking of blood, I have a proposal for the next stage of the expedition. I suggest that we wait here while Myrokos and a hand-picked party of his adventuring companions enter the tower. What? Without us? I thought we came here to survey the entire structure. We did, and we will, but our investigations must proceed at a more measured pace. If the outside of the place is this well defended, can you imagine what awaits us on the inside? Only a true hero could reasonably hope to brave the hazards ahead and live to tell the tale. Myrokos here fits the description better than anyone I know. And it is not as if we shall be idle in his absence. While Myrokos and his companions are risking life and limb to beat us a path to the tower, we can set about analyzing this rubble for evidence of how its technologies function. Your knowledge of ancient lore will be invaluable in that endeavor, Historian Grahatia. Bah, do you ever tire of being right, old man? No, he doesn't. Ahem. Myrokos. As it seems, I won't be able to accompany you. Allow me at least to provide some instruction. The maze that surrounds the base of the tower is known as the Labyrinth of the Ancients. During this initial foray, I suggest you concentrate on ridding the place of hostile elements. And when you are reasonably certain the maze is secure, contact me via link shell and we shall join you post-haste, no matter what Mr. Garland says. Though we would prefer if any relics you encounter remained intact, you have leave to do whatever is necessary to ensure ingress to the upper levels of the tower. Fortune go with you, Myrokos. Okay, so let's see if this person is available. Okay, and here we go. And as usual, now we wait. If you like what you've seen so far, please give me a follow on Twitch so you're notified of when I go live. If you're seeing this on YouTube, please give it a like, share, and subscribe. And, you know, feel free to let me know what you liked in the comments, or just type some stupid shit to let me know that you paid attention this far. Well, that kind of hurt. If I get anything, I can sell it later. Since I'm currently neither of those classes. So off we go. Sprint. Snacker's going this way, so I guess I better follow. And B, yes, okay, center. Of course, and how awkward it must be if you inadvertently end up missing the queue and then, okay, there. I was wondering why we were standing. And there's a salmon going that way. I've been going to the wrong pad, but oh well, I've been helpful nonetheless. Ah! Well, yeah, no, I think it grabbed somebody else. Okay. Oh there, Myrokos. Very impressive, I must say. Your name shall be writ large in the volumes that are sure to be penned on this historic expedition. The scale of the structure defies comprehension. Someone plainly thought bigger was better. According to the findings of my Baldessine colleagues, the Crystal Tower was constructed to collect and store the endless energies of the sun, a characteristically ambitious undertaking. Now, what of the tower's inner defenses? Judging by your haggard expression, clearing out the labyrinth was no small feat. At least I didn't die. A giant of a man wielding a shimmering scimitar, you say? Yes, that will have been Phlegathon, not Acheron, Phlegathon. He was a hero of the Allegan Revolution. And you gleaned that from what exactly? His choice of weapon? Well, I am a historian, and I have a certain, shall we say, affinity for the lore of the Allegan Empire. It is, of course, all knowledge gleaned from musty scrolls and tomes. The ancient texts claim that the Crystal Tower is defended by the champions of Eld, resurrected and augmented through the Allegan's extraordinary technology. Chief, you need to see this. Yep, there it is. Well, there it is, the foot of the tower. What surprises do you have in store for us, I wonder? I can't tell you how glad I am to have you with us on this little jaunt. Old friend, had you not beaten a path through the maze, I very much doubt we'd be standing here now. Well, we have much to discuss and digest. Let us retire to St. Quinox Find for the present, and there plan our next step. Lest there be any doubt, our expedition has some way to go yet. And with that, I think I'll, once I turn in the quest, of course. Run away, run away! Bravely run away. Leave me alone, I know this delicious as I look. Oh, and of course there's another fate. Well, one that sinks, anyway. Okay, so not that long of a run, but mildly annoying, nonetheless. So good of you to join us, Myrokos. Our meeting would be dull indeed without a full account of your experiences in the Labyrinth. Take a moment to collect yourself, and when you are ready, we shall debate how to proceed. Okay, and with that I need to take a meal break, so I'll stop the stream here and resume at a later point when I am ready to do another stream. If you liked what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, please give me a follow on Twitch if you want to see this live. This is Myrokos, and I will see you anon, friends.